going on, guys? Welcome back to the Nerdament podcast. I'm here, as per usual, with
Aaron.
And...
I'm here.
Yep. Her name is Victoria.
Yep.
What is your job here, Victoria?
Isn't that my job?
Murks people. Aaron, what do you do here?
I have your job. So they don't welcome people.
Nobody told me that.
I mean, yeah,
Am I fired? Does this mean I'm fired?
Yep. I want your job.
Okay. You get to edit the videos.
Nope.
And the sound.
No.
And post on all of our social medias.
I just want the glory.
There is no glory here, Aaron. I don't know who told you that. There's no glory here. Aaron, why are we here, though? If it's not for glory.
Why am I here?
I don't know why. Are you here?
Clearly, I don't know.
Well, for those of y'all that have not watched this before, me and Hayden created a 128 seed tournament.
You could have said God or gold.
I'm not the Spanish.
Portuguese did it too.
Not in.
Or the Portuguese. I guess you could extend it to the French and English too, but...
Yeah, I mean, they were all over here for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Not good reasons.
No. Spanish were more into for the gold than the others.
Did you know that Argentina is named after silver?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's why they thought the mountains were made of silver in Argentina.
Hayden, I don't know if you know, but I know Latin.
What?
Ah.
Aaron is the world's only Latin speaker. English is actually his second language.
Yeah, it's a living language now. I'm just making it up.
He has no one to talk to, so...
I'm so lonely.
It's just he talks to himself in the mirror. But that's nothing new.
Nobody corrects my punctuation that way.
Anyways, Aaron, why are we here? Did your thing fall over?
I hit my mic.
Oh my goodness.
128 seed tournament using Star Wars characters. Jedi, Sith, others. And we set them to fight each other in a one-on-one. Me and Hayden represent characters, and Victoria murders people.
And she has her murder stick with her today.
Yeah. Why can't you see me?
I can totally see you. Maybe it's because the bright light behind you. Try that.
Oh yeah.
That was way different.
Brightness went up a lot.
For those of you on the YouTube, look, it's way better now.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you were watching this at like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
we just blinded y'all.
On the podcast, it looks pretty much the exact same. So there wasn't much difference there. Anyways, Aaron, you said 128C tournament, fighting each other, murder stick.
Yes.
What are we doing today?
Today, we have the matchups. Darth Bane versus...
We always have matchups. That's a norm.
The matchups.
Why can't you just say them already?
Darth Bane versus Skier. Galen Merrick versus Nadar Veb.
Also known as Star Killer.
Versus Nadar Veb. Also known as Nadar.
Veb.
Boba Fett.
His friends call him Nadar.
Kit calls him Nadar.
Yeah,
that's his friends.
He died, yeah.
Yeah. Boba Fett versus Orla Jareni.
Are you saying that his only friend is his master?
And Phil.
Who is Phil?
Dude, he was the clone captain that was with him.
That's
F-I-L.
a terrible name.
F-I-L.
That is a terrible name.
You just don't slander against Phil.
Does that mean it's short for Philip? F-I-L-L-I-P?
I hope so.
That's a great name.
Don't you slander Phil. Picture of Phil. Hey, put it here.
I control this. I will not be putting a picture of a guy named Phil in here.
He's cool. I love him.
You don't even know Phil like that.
I do know Phil like that.
Is this a picture of Phil?
Yes. I'm showing Victoria Phil.
You see Phil. I don't even remember Phil.
He got killed by Gore.
Did he have the Rams horns?
That's Keeley.
Then I don't know who that is.
Dude, I can name all of them.
Please don't. We have other things.
Dude, I almost cry every time Phil dies.
You will be punished if you name any more clones in this episode.
Why do you cry every...
Whenever I see a clone die, I get really emotional. Especially if they're named. He's watched
Clone Wars a lot, so he has emotional
That's my childhood.
attachments.
Yeah, I have emotional attachments to all of them. And almost all of them die. It's like a running theme.
Oh yeah, they're like soldiers in an army. That's what they do during a war.
They're basically indentured servants.
Have you ever seen MASH?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That would explain
I have seen A-Team.
The A-Team
That's
is
basically
a
the same
fire
thing.
show.
I've seen the A-Team and I've
Dude,
seen
you know
Grey's
what
Anatomy.
The only thing...
So,
Okay.
And
It's
Psych.
all-
You've seen Psych.
yeah, repping Psych.
What'd you say about A-Team?
I said it was okay. It was okay.
Which A-Team we talking
The
about?
TV show or the movie?
The movie.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
The movie was okay. It had like Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper in it. And
The show's a good 80s show. It's
it's
nice.
a good show. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's very dumb. The only thing I remember from that show was that one where they went to Germany and like played football.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yep. I remember it fondly. And of course, that's the episode you remember.
It was like a two-parter. It was a two-part episode.
It was.
Great episode.
Hayden's a big sports guy.
Big sports guy.
Anyway,
Sports.
did we
I
finish the
majored in
list?
sports.
You did.
No one
You
needs
did
to
major
know
in
that.
sports.
Just move on.
Now I'm a science teacher.
No one needs to know.
Boba Fett versus Orlo Jareni.
Let that be a lesson to you, kids.
No.
Nomi Sunrider
Threw a marker at me.
versus Eth Koth.
I got the marker back. Yeah. What do you want to go first?
I think we
Wait,
should do
Victoria.
Nadar.
Who do you want to go first?
Who was the first one? Phil? Is that Phil?
The one related to Phil?
Phil is not here
in-
today.
Phil is not here. He might be in the stands, but he's
He's
not on.
cheering Nadar on.
Yeah. Well, they're all
We can
dead,
go
so.
with Darth Bane.
Bane versus Skier.
You're starting off with a bang.
You're the lower seed. You gotta go.
I have Skier. He's from the High Republic. He is a Transdoshan, so he's like Bosk.
Yeah.
Big
It's also
lizard
a
snake
general
dude.
thing. They normally have Transdoshans. If y'all don't know why we're doing like Skier and Bosk,
They have multiple S's because they have a lisp.
they're
natural
like
lisp.
snakes, so all of their names have an S in there, and then they fixate on the S.
They're reptilian.
Yeah, like also Galisk.
I don't know what that is.
He was in Squadrons. No, Galisk is somebody else. In Squadrons it was Frisk.
Yeah, so like his Skier is spelled Ssker. We talked about Keeve Trennis the
Yes,
other day. She got murked by somebody.
Ben Solo.
Yeah, she got murked by
makes
Ben
sense.
Solo.
Yeah.
Skier is her master. He was a renowned tactician and scholar within the Jedi Order, which is kind of odd because Transdoshans are usually pretty violent and like primitive
Their culture values hunting and murder of others.
Yeah, so he's like prone to or his species is prone to anger, and he said that himself in the comic books.
Yeah, prone
Which
to the
he's-
dark side.
I've read the books. I haven't read any of the comic books. He's more prominent in the comic books than he is in the books.
Yeah, it's kind of a side character. in
just
the books.
because Keith Trennis is a bigger character in the comic books than she is in the books, or in the books that I've read. Aaron has read the younger adult.
she's
novels.
the comics.
She's not in those young
No.
adult ones. Oh, so she's like bigger in the comic books. So therefore he is as well. He was in one of the first book, Light of the Jedi.
Yeah,
And he was flying a Jedi ship, and the canopy got broken open, and he like lost his left arm. So he's that guy. In that book,
he also lost his
was
best
the
friend
character.
in that moment.
Whoa,
Jorah Molly.
he did that too. But he's that guy in that Star Wars piece of memorabilia. He's the one that lost the arm.
His arm grows back.
Yeah, because that just happens.
He's Transdoshan, so his arm grows back.
But he got to be that guy.
Yeah.
There's always somebody.
He also is.
Literally.
Didn't he say once that like the people in the order were kind of like scared because he was a
Yeah, they're scared of him.
Transdoshan? Yeah.
Because of his. If you want to think about it like this, they're scared of him because of his race.
He's a bit
Um,
racist.
Yeah,
Star Wars does cover race with species.
yeah,
Pretty often. So
yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, there's just not a lot known about him because he's such a new character.
he's very compassionate.
He's very compassionate. He's extremely loyal, like trustworthy beyond like anybody else. He has normal force powers, as far as I could tell. He was able to catch Keeve in midair, like telekinesis. He's able to fly a vector better than most other Jedi, which is the Jedi like fighter that they used to have, that they fly with the Force.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he's obviously a great mind, great thinker. He has a green lightsaber, and like I said, he's a renowned tactician and scholar. And I think I've made it quite clear so far in this early season 2 that I love Skier.
He's
Love
such a
Skier.
good boy.
I think you just
He's a
said
good
something
guy,
about
you
that.
know?
Yeah, love Skier, but I couldn't find much else on him,
He's also,
unfortunately.
like, wide shoulders.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy.
He has super wide
I mean,
shoulders.
him being a Trandoshan probably means he's close to 7 feet tall. And
He's
looks
also-
like that.
He can also lift, like, an entire ship.
Yeah,
Because
he
he's,
looks
like,
like
that
he
muscled.
he hits the gym every morning.
Yeah.
And he just does like
he looks like he
arms
can
and shoulders.
like, he's so good at the vector that he can bench press it.
Yeah, he gets out up in the gym and he's just like,
There was a thing with him, Buryaga, and Ben and Bel Zettifar in the same issue. I want that comic so bad because those are my 3 favorites.
well, I mean, got like a Wookiee, you got a Trandoshan, which is a little bit shorter than a Wookiee,
Yeah. And then you got a relatable,
and then you have a normal person
with a dog.
who's not a grown adult yet. He's like 16 or whatever, so he's like what 5'6".
Yeah, he
So
he also has a dog.
yeah, and he has a dog too.
Yeah,
Ember is the best character in
char
those
hound.
books. We've talked about Ember before.
Yes.
Aaron, you have somebody.
I have Darth Bane.
It's a completely different character. Not very
Darth
likable.
Bane is. If you're into Sith, then yeah. Darth Bane is in a very weird position in Star Wars right now. Because canon and legends, there's a lot of overlap.
Well,
And it's not known what is exactly canon.
in the Rise of Skywalker. There was those ships that were named after Sith Lords. Was he one of them?
No. Revan and a couple others were, but not Bane. Bane was in the Clone Wars, though, which makes him canon. Voiced by Mark Hamill.
Mentioned, right? No,
He
Ghost?
showed up in... It was a ghost of him. Talked to Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
But it's hard to tell what is canon and what is not, because everything about his canon thing kind of is broadly the same thing as what happens in Legends, but it's hard to tell. He has kind of a different appearance,
Yeah.
so it's hard to tell what is canon and what is Legends. So he's a big gray area character. But also, fun fact,
I'm about to have somebody
show
later
Victoria.
in this episode that's fully Legends, not canon.
so will I.
Oh, he has a cool looking face.
He has
Now he has a
he has
weird-looking
the
face.
triangle things on his eyes, right?
The tattoos?
Yeah.
The, like, diamond tattoos?
Yeah.
Fun fact, the masked version of him in Clone Wars was voiced by Mark Hamill.
You said that already.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it again.
Just reiterate it just to get it through.
I really want
fog.
people to get this.
Well, Mark Hamill also voiced, like, the Joker.
Yeah, he's a
What
really
probably
good voice
most
actor.
famous for recently.
Yeah. Anyway, Darth Bane, that being said, it's a gray area character. So, he first showed up in 2001 in a magazine issue called Bane of the Sith. It was Star Wars Gamer 3, but the issue was Bane of the Sith. He was a powerful Dark Lord during the Jedi-Sith War, and he was the sole survivor whenever the Jedi made the Sith go extinct.
Almost extinct, obviously.
Yeah, except for him. And then he took on his apprentice, Darth Zana.
Xana.
Darth Zana. And he created the rule of 2 that said there can only be 2 Sith. So there can only be 2 Sith at any one time because the force is getting all diluted.
Yeah, because when there was a massive army of Sith, they were
They
just
were
getting
killing
mowed
each other.
down.
And they just kept killing each other too. But he created the rule of 2, and he's very influential, one of the most influential Sith because of this. And he also set the precedent of the master getting murdered by the apprentice when Darth Zana killed.
Great precedent.
Yeah. And the Jedi, whenever Darth Zana killed him, they didn't know about Zana, so they thought, oh, the Sith are dead. Good job, everyone. Then they paraded
Good work,
around for 1,000 years.
We didn't do anything.
Yeah, then they paraded around for 1,000 years until Palpatine killed them all.
Wait, was he at the end?
At the end of the Jedi Sith War.
Yeah.
He was the last one.
Obviously after Malik and what's his name that we went over a couple times ago?
Oh, yeah. Way after.
Whatever his name was.
Revan.
No. Well, yes, but
Nihilus.
Nihilus. No.
Yeah.
No. What is the guy's name?
Malgus.
Malgus.
Oh,
Malgus.
that guy.
Both of the two
I'm
guys
surprised
without
you
jaws.
forgot that guy.
No, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, come on now.
I
So-
apologize.
He is a noted practitioner of Form 5, which is fully defensive, fully offensive, and uses the strength of the opponent. He has a single red lightsaber, as the typical.
Kind of boring.
He has the typical array of powers. He also has something called a Force Wave, which is it's like a Force push, but it's like
For like
it's
everybody.
so massive that it's like a wave.
Oh. Wow.
He also
Force lightning.
Oh,
yes, of
certain.
course.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to that in a
It's
moment.
like that's kind of what the Sith do.
Yeah, I'll get to the Force lightning in a moment with a feat.
Yeah.
He also is very good at sorcery. He can cast a thing called the Death Field, where basically if you stand, he can choose an area. If you stand in there, then you kind of just die if you're normal. If you're a Jedi, then you get depleted very easily.
Oh.
It doesn't seem like it should happen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He also he was able to use both dark side and light side healing. Though he preferred not to use light because big Sith energy.
Was he a Jedi at any point?
I don't know. It didn't say in his biography.
Good to know.
In his biopic, it didn't say. He is also able to reinvigorate himself. Basically, give himself like a
You know what that means.
He can give himself a massive dose of adrenaline.
A stem.
Basically, yeah.
Just
a couple other
take
things.
some
At one
shots of
point,
espresso.
yeah, pretty much. At one point, he stabbed himself with a knife, and when he pulled it out, he instantly healed, like Wolverine.
Is he the guy from Talladega Nights? Is he?
No.
Is
It's
he
like-
Will Ferrell from Talladega Nights?
Remember in Logan, whenever it showed like X-23 like check,
Yeah.
like, cut.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and it healed instantly.
Yeah.
It's like that fast. He also was able to heal lightsaber blades that fast. And he also has, has parasites in him that feed on like anger and dark side energy.
That's not nasty.
It's
Yeah.
boy nasty.
So the more dark side he uses, the more pain he's in because of them.
Which means he uses more dark side.
No, he actually tries
It's like
to
a
use
cycle.
it. Yeah, he tries to use it less so the normal.
Why, did he realize that it actually like makes him like it eats him?
Yeah,
The dark
Kinda.
side does.
They're focused in anger, so he tries to use other parts of the dark side.
Wait, so why
To
does
not
he
do that.
have these parasites? in
It's
the
a
first
long story.
place?
To control himself.
Some other Sith gave it to him, I think.
That sounds
Here,
about
drink
right.
this drink. It is drink like
You have
Drink.
you have infection.
Congratulations. It's like popped up on the screen.
It's like organ
You have
trail.
ingested a parasite. Seek medical attention.
Darth
immediately.
Bane has a staph infection.
Staph infection.
I don't think that's it.
His fully canonical feats was that he survived the Jedi Sith War with all of the Jedi in the galaxy hunting to kill him. And he had the ability to become a Sith Force Ghost, which is not something that's supposed to even be possible. But that's possible that was also just an illusion cast by Palpatine.
He's just a different kind of Sith. Okay.
Yeah.
He
It's also
has parasites. He's got bugs.
it's possible
He's
that
got
was
eye tattoos.
it's possible it was an illusion,
He just be
like a
out
vision or Palpatine
There,
like
yeah.
projecting that.
He'd just be out there creating rules and then dying because of those rules. Like he's a different.
It's
He's
precedent.
a different. He's built different.
He built
He
different,
is
yeah.
He's built different.
So let's get to legend speed. His precognition takes 1/10 of a second. His lightning kills on contact, and all the leaves left are ashes.
Is that the red lightning?
Oh.
Pretty much, yeah. I think so.
Oh.
Several Sith assassins tried to kill him, and they were no contest.
They said assassins, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He
Let's be honest. We were just talking about how weak the Sith were because there were so many of them.
he released dark energy all at once, because he got so angry. And everything around him melted.
Melted?
Melted. It was described by Jedi and Sith commonly how, like, he's so fast with the lightsaber and all that. One Jedi said that he is so fast with his lightsaber that it's as if he has 12 of them.
Show off.
Yeah.
You can't see it coming. It's like
Stop.
He was caught in a desert once and sustained himself.
The desert caught him?
No.
Like those sandstorms and like Mad Max.
They
And like
caught
Mission
him.
Impossible, yeah, it's just a hand and it pulls him in.
It's like Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He was caught in the desert once and without food or water sustained himself for 13 days with nothing but the Force.
AKA pure anger.
Except not anger, just passion.
He was feeding off of the anger.
But then the parasites feed off of him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pure passion fruit.
I have more. Should I continue?
Victoria?
I think you're good. I mean,
I have a really metal one.
Metal?
if you would like to
Say the
share,
metal one and
go
then,
ahead.
and then your
It
time
was
is up.
my decision.
I made the decision for you.
Victoria, do you want to hear the fully metal one or do you want to save it for next time?
You can tell the full metal one.
At one point, he stood outside in a rainstorm, turned on his lightsaber, in a pouring rainstorm, like a monsoon. And then he blocked every rain droplet.
No,
and
no,
stopped,
no.
and stopped himself from
Uh-uh.
getting hit
Uh-uh.
for 10 minutes.
No.
Why? That just sounds like a waste of time.
It sounds like it sounds like it's Greek mythology that wrote this.
Boy did not do that. There's no way.
It's real, okay? It is real. I can pull it up.
Whatever.
I can pull up
Whatever,
the source.
Victoria.
What was the point of that?
He's really good at blocking and stamina, I guess. I don't know. It's so ridiculous.
Wait, so like if one drop hit him, did he just give up?
He didn't. No drop hit him.
Well, you said for 10 minutes, so he had to stop.
Yeah,
He's just like, that's enough. And then just,
That's enough practice for today.
yeah. And then he just like walked away like Kylo Ren walked through a wave.
Anyways, Victoria,
Yes.
do you have a verdict or questions?
I honestly don't have really any questions. I will try to get more questions, but I feel like it's kind of clear cut on who would be the winner here, and like nothing against
Skier.
Okay, nothing against Skier, but like he did.
Skier.
Okay.
Skier.
Emphasize the S.
Skier.
Like
Does
hold
that
hold
work?
hold the S.
You can hold the S as long as you want. Alright, that's too long.
Skier.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. I'll take it.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Well, yeah, nothing against him, but I'm
Against
pretty
who?
sure.
Okay, anyways, yeah.
Ears.
Reese.
Okay, Darth whatever won.
Darth Bane.
Yeah,
The Sith.
the Sith guy.
The Sith guy. Aaron, let's do the next easy one then.
Nadar
Yeah, you
versus
go first.
whoever
You go
you're.
first. Go first.
Nadar Veb is a Mon Calamari that was the apprentice to Kit Fisto.
Best Jedi out there.
He underwent the trials at a young age and did not have Kit Fisto with him because of the outbreak of the Clone Wars. He actually became a successful Jedi Force healer, which is like, is it possible to learn this power? Feels kind of redundant here, people. They taught him to be a healer, and then they said he didn't. Palpatine lies. I'm angry about
I can tell.
Why do I feel like the anger is pointed at me?
But anyway, he after Newt Gunray escaped from captivity.
Spelled Newt.
Newt?
Yeah.
Nute.
Like the lizard? Or is that spelled with a G?
That's Hayden spelled Newt how you think it is.
like
Are you
a
thinking
lizard?
of, like,
Yeah, yeah.
Nugget? Like,
No. Oh, the lizard is spelled with a W.
Where?
Newt.
Good.
I'm not an idiot, Aaron.
Are you sure?
No, because there's Gnute. I don't know what that means. What that newt is. But.
Gnoot.
Yeah, that's good.
There's Newt. N-O-O-T.
Newt.
Have you never seen that? It's just a
What is
drawing.
it?
It's Newt.
Oh, like the meme?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
I thought it was like a person.
Anyway, Nadar.
But
When Newt Gunray escaped, it was kind of like it was a trap, and he went to General Grievous's lair, and
it's a trap.
what's wrong with it?
Look, you were talking about Mon Calamari. How could I not?
It is the same species, but shut. Kit Fisto, Nadar Veb, and Phil went to go and capture Newt Gunray, and they fell into the trap in Grievous's lair. Bunch of stuff happened. All of the clones died. I cry over Phil's dead body. And then Nadar decided he was going to fight Grievous alone.
Big brain move.
Yeah. And then, while they were fighting, Grievous just detached an arm, reached around, and pulled a gun and shot Nadar.
oh,
That's metal.
yeah.
He's taught in Form 1, which is the basic form, basic swings, basic blocks.
Basic.
But it can be used quite proficiently, as we see with Kit Fisto, who is the number 1 practitioner of Form 1.
And that's why he was able to survive after 2 deaths against Sidious.
He knew the basics.
He knew the basics really well.
Man knew the basics.
Back to the basics, everybody.
He had a blue lightsaber. He completed his Jedi training early, as I said. Yeah. But his traits are, he was very overconfident and quick
he
to
attacked
anger.
the 4-armed cyborg lightsaber wielding
When
Jedi
Kit said
killer.
no. Because they had a clear chance to escape,
Please
and he
don't.
stayed behind.
Please don't do that.
He was just very arrogant and very
Sure of himself.
brash,
He was a teenager.
and it got him killed. He was a knight, technically.
Yeah, at like the teenage level.
He was a knight.
How old was he?
I don't know.
Guess. Just estimate. 12? 10?
I actually know who the youngest one who got knighthood is.
Who?
Her name's Vanestra Rowe. She was in the High Republic and got it at 15.
Good for her.
She's a main character in one of the young
Good
adult
for her.
novels.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Alright. I have Galen Merrick, also known as Star Killer.
I'm going to
From
need you to pronounce that again.
Galen?
Pick one.
Marek.
So it's either Galen Merrick or Galen Marek. Also known as Star Killer from the Force Unleashed video games 1 and 2. He is the main character in both of them. He's a very deep character, so I'm just going to skirt the top here because I don't feel like I need to go any further.
Why?
He pulled a Star Destroyer out of space and crashed it on a planet with the Force.
That was a clone of him.
Did he or did he not?
Who murdered him, Hayden?
Sidious?
I can't
I think it was Sidious.
It was one of the two.
Because he was tasked with fighting Darth Vader, because he was Darth Vader's apprentice.
And they betrayed him.
But then Sidious was like, kill! And then... he fought Darth Vader. And then you actually, in the game, you beat Darth Vader and then fought Sidious because you're like, I need more. And then you fought Sidious and died.
I think Sidious should do that more often.
Have you seen that? You've seen
or
the,
instead
you've
of
seen
like
the meme
saying like
on TikTok?
Yeah. So you just go kill.
Have you seen the? I know you have. You're on TikTok. Have you seen the thing? The sound on TikTok that's from like Family Feud. Or it's like Steve Harvey and goes yes because somebody said like kill or whatever was on the answer. He's like yeah kill.
Is that Sidious?
No, that's the. That's,
No, are you saying that
yeah,
Sidious?
yeah. That's Kitty. That's
Basically what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
So you start the game. You start the game off in fortunately fighting a Jedi who survived Order 66 and murking him. And
As Darth Vader.
No. You're Galen Merrick.
Well, the game actually starts.
Actually?
Darth Vader kills the Jedi and then finds Galen and then takes him. Yoinks the kid.
Anyways, Galen was trained by Vader to kill Jedi, and you know how Sith apprentices work.
He's basically the Inquisitor before the Inquisitor.
Yeah, so that's just stuck in my head. But yeah, and very famously on the cover of one of the games, he is pulling a Star Destroyer down onto the planet to crash with the Force. And obviously he's proficient in Force lightning and was trained in lightsaber combat by Darth Vader, and we all know what that means. He doesn't fight over his shoulders.
Hey, he used the reverse script, so he had to be.
He did, yes. He had 2 lightsabers.
He had to be very inventive about how he used
That game was amazing because you had like basically full customization on lightsabers and outfits.
You good?
Victoria, do you need more?
Oh.
I would like to make a comment.
Quiet.
Victoria, can I make a comment?
Yes, you may.
We are not using the Darth Star Killer that is
That is somebody different.
From the DLC of the first game, because that is ridiculous, and he will kill everyone here twice. Literally, at one point, he killed Obi-Wan Kenobi in like New Hope time, and then Obi-Wan's ghost came out and started fighting him, and then he killed the ghost. He threw the ghost into the Millennium Falcon's engines. That was after he killed Boba Fett too.
That guy's a no. This is the human one and the clone. So
going with the canon thing.
It's not canon, but
not anymore.
That's even
the
more
canon.
That's even more legends.
Dude, it's fan fiction.
Yeah, that's fan fiction. Darth Star
kills every main character,
including Darth Vader.
Yeah,
and Sidious.
Yeah,
and then hunts down Yoda.
Takes Luke Skywalker as an apprentice.
He was still alive at that time.
Yeah, he killed Yoda and Leia.
Yeah.
And Han.
So this is that's the Legends version of this legend character.
Yeah.
Victoria?
Yes.
Have you any questions or need any more information?
Do you have any more information? Because I'm just curious if you do.
I'm sure we'll see more of it.
Yeah. No. I don't have anything written down.
You don't have anything else? Okay.
Defeated
Do you
Vader.
have any more information?
About Nadar?
Defeated Vader.
I can talk about Phil.
No.
No. Okay,
No.
Galen wins.
Nadar was kind of a
weeb.
No.
Fine. Get there, Aaron. Get there. Get it?
Not great guy.
No. Okay. All right.
That's what we're sticking with, I guess.
All right. We got 2 kind of close ones here.
Yeah, these are the close ones.
The big boys.
Gonna do Boba Fett or who's the other one? Eth Koth first.
Who's Eth Koth fighting?
Nomi Sunrider.
Let's do that one first.
Boo.
I have Eth Koth. He was the one that Aaron talked about. Got asked to leave the Jedi Council,
And we don't know why.
Can't find any reason why.
We both searched and we can't find it.
But luckily for him, that means he survived Order 66
That is true.
Temporarily.
Sorry, he survived Order 66
Everyone
for 6
dies,
years.
Hayden.
In the end, we all die eventually.
Death comes for all.
Okay. Anyways, death waits for no man.
Who is no man?
Anyways, Eth Koth. He is Zabronk.
He's what?
Like Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, but without the tattoos.
Oh, okay.
That's why he had got horns. Forced to step down right before Order 66 and was exiled. He, during his time on the council, fought General Grievous.
Got yorded.
General Grievous did, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Eth Koth got
No, he
Yoda.
did not.
Dude, are you talking about the Seleucami thing? In Clone Wars?
Probably.
Yeah, dude. Grievous beat him and then he electrocuted.
Oh.
No, okay, so what I
He
read...
captured him.
What I read
What
I read was that they fought again and he ended up pushing Grievous out a window.
Not then. Not in that episode. In that episode, the fight was with Obi-Wan versus Grievous, and then Cody and 2 other clones against Grievous. Basically, they dogpiled him.
I remember that because they literally tackled him.
Cody punched him in the face.
He was a robot.
he's a cyborg.
Punched a cyborg in the face.
He still felt it.
Eth Koth fought Grievous, pushed him out a window, and then the Magna Guards got involved, and that's the end of that fight. Okay, and then so he escaped. He found a wife. He had a child. He was living his own life.
He was founded a cult.
He founded a cult. He was a member of a church. He really was. I can't remember what was the church called. He looked it up before we started.
What was the cult called?
Whatever the church is called.
Oh, it was combined.
It was a cult. It was a cult church combination.
You said Cholt and I thought some weird burrito.
It's the burrito of the church and the cult together.
Communal. It's a communal burrito.
Okay. Aaron, do you have the name for the thing yet?
I am looking. Church of the Ganthic Enlightenment.
Yeah, see, that's definitely a cult.
It sounds like a cult.
It's definitely a cult. Anyways.
Enlightenment is in it.
Yeah, whenever you use enlightenment.
And you're not talking about the Enlightenment.
Yeah, no, that's a cult. He was a leader of the church, and then, as we just said, death arrived, because death waits for no man, and that death was in the form of a 3/4 cyborg Jedi killing machine named Darth Vader.
With permanent asthma.
Who somehow was able to breathe through his words. You ever notice that? You hear the and then he's talking at the same time. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
It's the Force.
Shut up, Aaron.
Either that or he just has a tape that actually just plays his breathing.
He's not actually breathing.
It doesn't
It's
make
just
a
ominous.
After a couple of years, they upgraded it so it didn't make that noise, but he liked how ominous it was.
Yeah, it's just ominous.
So he just put a Walkman on his chest.
Basically, yes. Anyways, he showed up, and then it was Vader and the Inquisitors, and they stole Eth Koth's baby. And Eth Koth was like, "No, that's my child. I'm a father. I have no quarrels with killing you now."
Inquisitors do like stealing children.
They do.
Why?
More Inquisitors.
They nasty like that. So he fights Vader.
They all die.
And it's going back and forth, and he's landing hits and stuff. And at one point, Vader, force chokes him, and he's actually able to break out of that.
Stop it!
Because he was not a Jedi at that point. He was using all of his raw emotion. So he was kind of like a gray Jedi. He was using fear and stuff like that, which makes him more powerful. So he was stab, slash. He was actually landing hits, which is rare because most fights that Darth Vader had with Jedi did not last very long.
He threw a lot of stuff at them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, or threw them.
Yes. Eth Koth at one point in that fight force pushed and then force pushed through a wall. I don't know why it mentioned that, but it mentioned it twice. And then Vader actually ended up killing him. Surprise, surprise. But to do so, he had to distract him by, Vader basically pointed at the Inquisitors stealing his baby.
What's that?
Swipe or no swiping. And then he turned around and then Vader stabbed him in the back.
Wow.
And that's how he died.
What a backstabber.
Literally, yes.
He plays dirty.
He does. He get the job done. You're sent there to kill
Even if
people.
it includes, like, look over there. Stab.
Yeah, so that's what happened that you caught, and
Wait.
that was the end.
Was the whole point of them going there to steal his baby?
No,
It was to kill him.
It was to kill him.
Oh, he just happened to
'Cause
have a
he
baby,
was-
and they were like, "Ooh, we like him."
Because he was a member of the Jedi High Council. That made him dangerous.
High value target.
Dangerous
I guess
man.
so. I mean, he was over here Colton, but sure.
Yeah, and he had a wife, and he wouldn't bother nobody.
Yeah, he was just chilling.
And Vader stepped to him,
What
challenged
happened
him
to
to fight,
his baby?
stole his child, probably got abducted.
Into the
He
and
was
probably
dead.
probably was brought into the Inquisition.
Dude, is there any backstory on that?
That was a fairly recent comment too,
Yeah, and then
because the Inquisitors are there.
that was it. He died.
That's a sad
Being stabbed
story.
in the back.
As he lived,
Stabbed in the back.
impaled on a lightsaber.
Some say that when he was actually stabbed, you could hear him whisper, just like the Jedi
What?
counts. And then he died. The light went out. Aaron, who do you have?
I have Nomi Sunrider.
Somebody I have no idea who it is.
That's because she's from the 90s.
The 90s.
By the
Rough
way-
time, in general.
Here's a throwback.
The 90s? Have you seen how people used to dress in the 90s?
Have you seen the comics in the 90s?
At least it's more comfortable now.
Have you seen how people the comics in the 90s?
Pockets.
That's where all the
That's where Deadpool came from. And
the
Cable.
scandalous like
Image Comics.
Image and
Image Comics.
where Nomi came from.
Image Comics.
Dark Horse Comics.
Oh, ooh.
Dark Horse Comics.
Slightly better.
Dark Horse Comics number 7 from 1995.
Was this a Star Wars specific comic?
Yes. So, she was originally born Nomi Daboda, and she married a Jedi Knight named Ender Sunrider. It was perfectly legal because this was before the prequels when celibacy became a big thing in the storyline. And they had a daughter. Eventually...
I mean, Revan had a wife.
Heath Koth had a wife.
Yeah, but he was a cult leader at the time.
Yeah, he wasn't even a part of the council.
Yeah, he ain't even part of the game. I don't even have a lightsaber.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't know what that is. That's not a lightsaber, though.
Eventually, they were kidnapped by the Hutts.
As all are.
Yeah. And Ender got murdered.
Ungrateful slugs.
Okay.
Not a
And
fan of
Ender
Hutts.
got murdered. And she decided to take up his lightsaber and killed their captors and saved their daughter. And reluctantly decided to become a Jedi, which Ender was constantly like...
Wait, she became a Jedi by murdering somebody?
Okay, Ender was constantly like, every time they were eating dinner, it's just like, so about the Jedi.
What's about that whole Jedi thing?
She was
Anybody can do it.
Yeah, she was very powerful and he wanted to train her. So did several of his Jedi friends. Whenever they would go out and see like a pod racing match.
I wonder how many Jedi have non-Jedi friends. It's hard to keep up a social life.
Whenever they were at a pod racing match, they would be drinking beers, having some spice, and be like, "Dude, you
Do
should
they
get
drink
your."
beer in Star Wars?
Actually, yes, beer is in Star Wars. They mentioned it in a High Republic book,
Beer.
and it's just like, "Hey, you should get your wife to join the Jedi." He's like, "I'm trying."
He was talking to the boys.
I guess, yeah. I already covered this.
Yeah, he
They
did.
had a daughter,
Because they got married.
Well,
and then they had a daughter.
You can get married and not have a daughter.
Yeah, but they got married and then they had a daughter.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is the prelude to her story here. So later, she helped Ulic Queldroma, who was originally a Jedi before becoming the second in command of the Sith, in his fight against Freedon Nad, who was the Grand Sith and is also on our tournament. So is Queldroma.
Is this before the Old Republic?
Yes.
Jeez.
This is before the prequels.
Well, the prequels are way after the Old Republic, Karen.
No, this is like right before the prequels. This was supposed to be set right before Anakin Skywalker got on the scene. The story was
So
really
this
complex.
is
This
not-
is
this is
original Legends.
This is not still accurate at all.
At all.
Got it.
Um.
Well, because Plagueis would be involved somehow.
Yeah. Later, she fought in the Great Sith War against Queldroma and Exar Kun, and actually defeated Droma after he murdered his master and became the head lord of the Sith.
Wow.
And I'll get into how she defeated Droma in a sec. She eventually became the Grand Master of the Jedi Order and helped rebuild the Order, which was almost destroyed.
What?
Yeah. They had Grand Masters for some, apparently. Still at this point. She has a single green lightsaber. The lightsaber forms did not exist when she was written, so that doesn't count. She has the standard Jedi powers, but she also has Force Negation, and a thing called Battle Meditation, along with a few other things.
Battle meditation?
Yes, this would be a good time to go. Okay, Battle Meditation was a practice that Nomi Sunrider perfected. It was where you, during the middle of a battle, you drop something.
I know I did.
During the middle of a battle, you would use the Force to meditate and center yourself, and then raise the morale and stamina.
Is this what Qui-Gon tried to do?
No, this did not exist after the once the prequels got on the scene, this did not exist. You boost the morale and stamina of your side, of yourself and everyone on your side, by stealing the morale and stamina from the other side.
Qui-Gon should have tried to do this.
This was not a thing when the prequels got on the scene.
Just saying.
Basically,
well, he stopped to do a thing, right? He stopped to
centering himself.
And then he got stabbed in the gut, Aaron.
Got hit in the face first.
I don't care. It was immediately thereafter that he died.
I don't get your point. Anyway, so this would basically cause the enemy to not even want to fight anymore. Basically took their morale. Yeah, it took their morale down to the point where they just didn't get the point of fighting. Another ability she had was called Wall of Light. This normally was done with several Jedi, but she was able to do it alone. Basically, it was a focused light side wall of energy that purified the darkness inside of somebody and physically kept the user from moving forward. Think of in Harry Potter, think of the Patronus charm against the Dementors. It kind of looked like that.
Mm. So like a white deer.
Yeah, like a light. No.
Just came out
like whenever,
of the forest.
Like the barrier that pushed all the Dementors back.
Spoiler alert.
Of the Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it was Harry's.
It's like the...
Not his dad.
It's like a barrier. It's like this pure white barrier.
Aaron, what would your Patronus be?
I did the test once, I can't remember what it was.
Victoria, what do you think his would be?
I don't know.
It was a dog, actually, I think.
Lame. What do you think Victoria's would be?
An albatross.
An albatross.
That's so rude.
You said an albatross?
Yeah.
Okay.
Albatross, cool.
Wait, hold on. I have a question for both of you. Do you think I could beat up a goose?
Why?
No.
Just answer the question.
Goose are mean, Hayden.
You don't think I could take a 20-pound goose?
No.
No.
I think that goose would punt you.
I don't even understand why you're trying to fight this goose.
Yeah, why
Have you ever met a goose?
Yeah.
Have you ever met a nice goose?
No. I've met goose that don't try to mess with you.
Yeah.
What if a goose stepped to you and he's like, "What's up, bro?"
Then you walk away.
Then you gotta be like, "This is my territory, goose.
No, just throw some bread and
Please
walk
leave
away.
me alone."
Yeah.
And then the goose is like, "I ain't gonna leave you alone."
And
And
he
then you're
punches
like,
you in the
I
face?
guess I gotta fight you now, goose. This is America. You're Canadian.
I think that goose just wanted some food.
No, I don't care what the goose wanted, okay? The goose wanted my land, therefore I pulled out a gun and shot him.
What? This got very gnarly very quickly.
Bill of Rights.
Anyway.
No. No.
Dude,
It's a
please don't
goose.
shoot Goose. Just leave them alone.
It's pronounced geese.
No.
Use
She was
proper
naming a goose.
pronunciation.
She was naming a goose.
I was talking about a specific goose.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing your albatross, like, Patronus.
Do you have a goose Patronus?
No, I hate geese.
What about a duck?
Ducks are alright.
You're okay
Swan?
with a duck?
No, swans are douches.
Yeah, they are.
Swans are douchebags. They are. They'll chase you. They'll attack your
They
dog.
will. They will.
So I'm gonna move
I'll
on.
punt
I'm
a
gonna move
swan.
on. I'm gonna move on.
Without hesitation.
We've been here for a while. I'm
I
gonna
will
move on.
Punt that swan.
She also has an ability that was called Tuna Menace, which is pretty much based off of that one scene where Han Solo shoots his gun at Darth Vader and he blocks it with his hand. Basically, it's like that. She can redirect blaster bolts, but she
Like
can
Rey?
also body blaster bolts and either dispense the energy.
She's Happy Gilmore. Oh, that one hurt a little bit.
Or she can either absorb or dispense the energy upon contact. And she can also do that with general hits. And it stands
Black
to
Panther.
reason. It stands to reason.
She's
that
Black Panther.
stands to reason that since there is no difference at least at that time between the plasma of a lightsaber and the plasma of a blaster.
No.
Except
no.
let me finish.
No.
Except
Don't
one
listen
of
to what
them.
don't listen to what he's about to say.
Except one of them.
Shut your face.
Except one
Shut
of them gets thrown at you at 100 miles an hour. It stands to reason that she might be able
No.
to do this with a glancing
No.
blow.
No.
Okay, so how she defeated Qualdroma was she actually did a very big feat here.
Well, size 12? Women's size 12?
Whenever she was fighting him, she used the Force and pulled away his lightsaber, just slipped right out of his hand. This is the Dark Lord of the Sith.
He's a Sith, though. He could have just, like, underestimated her.
Yeah. Well, no, he knew her personally.
Exactly.
He knew how powerful she was.
Exactly.
He said she was extreme. He said, like, firsthand, it was like, don't underestimate her.
Well, he needs to be better than...
But what she did in the end was she took the Force from him.
Like Avatar style?
Yeah,
Like, she went full Aang on him?
yeah. She cut him off from the Force completely. Which is not... Nihilus tried to do that to Traya. And he didn't do it all the way because she came back as a more powerful Jedi.
Joke's on you.
Yeah. And she cut him off completely. He could never connect himself to any part of the Force again.
I think we're done here. Victoria?
Did you just give up?
I give up.
You're like, I heard that beat and I don't think I can
I'm
do
talking
it.
about Eth Koth here, okay? It's not like I'm talking about Palpatine or anything.
What happened to this being a close fight?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know she went full Aang on his, like, Fire Lord Ozai.
Such a pretty scene, by the way.
It was beautiful.
Victoria, do you have any questions?
Not if you're Fire Lord Ozai.
He deserved it.
He did.
It was traumatic for him.
It was.
Which is good.
Yeah,
He traumatized everybody else.
He did.
He had it worse than Magneto from X3.
Yeah.
But
You-
yeah.
You recall, you know what happened in the end of X3, right? He got, like, stabbed by, like, 4 of them.
Yeah.
By Beast or whatever.
Oh yeah, she also
No, hey, we're done.
she
We're done. We don't need to
she
do
was
more.
getting attacked by a dragon.
Wait, hold on.
Why is there
Let
a
him finish.
dragon?
Let him finish.
She was getting attacked by a dragon, and she thought of in her mind a dark side dragon, and like thought in her mind just like I want that to be here. She opened her eyes and she created the dragon with the Force to fight the other
Dude,
dragon.
pre-canon Star Wars was wild.
Dude,
This is insane.
it's a spice tree.
Whoa. She's like Green Lantern.
Yeah, none of these
Aang
rules rules exist.
Luke Skywalker, like
She got a lot going on.
the good version of Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, jeez.
Do you have anything, Victoria?
I don't think so.
Was the dragon nice?
It was a dark side dragon.
It's like an Ender dragon? Or?
Evil.
Evil?
mad.
Like the Ender Dragon?
Spitting fire.
Like the Ender Dragon?
Spitting fire.
Sure.
Mic drop.
Whatever makes you
Like Venom? Oh, Venom 2. Great movie. If you're a Venom
came
fan
out.
like me. Anyway.
So, Victoria,
Yes.
do you have a verdict?
Are you guys done talking?
Hopefully,
For
Hayden's
this fight,
never
we
going
have
to
another
stop.
fight.
Yeah.
I'm just.
That one's the close one.
Because you just keep saying things. Are you good?
I'm feeling myself tonight.
Stop it.
It's a party.
You nasty. Anyway, he gave up. So basically,
Do you agree that?
Well, I
you
need a
agree
white
with him?
flag. I'm the only one that gives up here. I just need a white flag.
I never
No.
give up.
No!
Fine.
He never gives up on anything. He's died several times.
Oh, okay, fine.
Because he didn't give up.
Because he takes punches because he wants to feel something.
Okay, fine.
That's not a lie.
I'm not joking.
Well,
His entire
use me
fighting
guys
style is
today.
based off of that.
Comment down below if you know who that is.
I
Anyways,
just said it.
nobody listens to
That's why you have high blood pressure.
It's blood sugar.
That's why
How
you have
dare
You
you.
high
also
blood
have high
sugar.
blood sugar.
I have decent blood pressure. Okay.
Do
Do
you?
you?
Yeah, my blood pressure is arguably low.
He's the worst out of all of us.
I hate you.
Blood pressure?
My blood
No,
pressure is.
My
Just
blood
My,
pressure
I'm the
is-
one with.
general.
I am the one with the worst blood pressure.
Yeah,
Because I am a tiny little
got-
ball of stress all the time.
Yeah, well, he's not that small, but yeah,
An average-sized ball of
he's
stress
full of stress.
all the
I'm
time.
chill. I'm probably one of the more chill people know out there. What's up, Doug?
I'm freaking out.
Except for if you're a goose, you know where to find me.
Shall we
Why
get to the
you
last
friggin'
one?
Goose?
Let's get to the.
This is not what this podcast is about.
Okay, we're gonna get to Boba Fett and
Man swole.
you better change the name of your character to match.
I can't.
What's their name?
Orla Jareni.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Orla Jim.
No, Jim Runny.
Jim.
Orla Jim Reddy.
Jim. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. She taking her pre.
Oh, am I going
Pre-workout.
first?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Orla Jareni. She is part of the High Republic and is a new character. She's been in the comics and one of the books, Into the Dark. She is actually an Unbaran, and she's the only Unbaran Jedi that I know about. She also, her lightsaber is, technically I've seen it called a hinged lightsaber. I heard someone call it a lightsaber fork once, and it just stuck with me.
It's canon too.
Yeah, Rey, Darkseid Rey and Rise of Skywalker had that form of blade. It's two parallel blades right next to each other, and then you can unhinge it and it flips around back into a double blade. It was typically used with temple guards. They would have a yellow version of it, and Pong Krell also had two of them.
Hate Pong Krell.
Everyone hates that guy.
Just below Geese for me.
No, there's gonna be like one person
Above
who's like,
Geese.
I love
No, nobody likes Pong.
No, but that is one of the only things
The Star
Star
Wars
Wars fans
get
can
on
agree on.
with.
Is that Pong Krell deserved to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those blades were also white, which meant she had to do the healing process on red kyber crystals, which is extremely
Where did
rare.
she find red kyber crystals from?
They
In the High Republic.
they had an excess of I don't know, dude. Terra Sanube had a white lightsaber, and he was around during the High Republic too.
I think they was just throwing out white lightsabers.
They
You get a white lightsaber. You get a white lightsaber.
that's impossible.
So there was just Oprah and the Star Wars just randomly giving out.
They constantly during the High Republic. They also talk about in that book that they do a lot of sorcery and stuff. A lot of Jedi teach sorcery and alchemy
Mag.
from light and dark side.
Is that where the dragons come from?
No dragons. So it's possible they had a lightsaber crystals from old Sith lightsabers, or she found it because she was. I'll get to her position in a sec. That would cause her to find this kind of stuff. But either way, you would have to find a red lightsaber crystal and heal it, or else it won't
necessary.
accept
It's
you.
required.
Yeah, which is also you have to be very, very powerful in the light side to use it, to create this, and just like Ahsoka, she did it twice. She was a Jedi Master, and in the comics, it actually calls her a Knight instead of a Master.
Which is not the same thing.
Yeah. She holds the title of Jedi Wayseeker as her job
Basically
title.
told her, go out there and look for things.
A Pathfinder would be another term, which is basically it's independent. You work as independent. You follow the Force in yourself.
Independent contractor.
Yeah, you go and explore the frontier.
Good luck.
And you don't listen to the council. You listen to yourself.
The best role, I guess.
Yeah, and she did that because she had a lot of disagreements about the council and how they taught.
That's what Eve Kosh should have done.
Her biggest disagreement was the training of the Jedi was to suppress your instincts, and her instincts were especially enhanced. Her precognition was on new things long before they were going to happen, so they taught her to suppress that instinct instead of letting it actually happen. So in one point she said, I'm paraphrasing, if they teach us to not, if the instincts is the Force, if our instincts is the Force speaking to us, then why must we ignore them? That's her disagreement with the council, and that's why she was a Wayseeker.
That's fair.
She was also one of the first Jedi to encounter the Drengir whenever they discovered them. She was a Padawan to a Jedi named Larrett Silverall, and began to question the council after a incident where she had to suppress an incident and a crisis where she had to suppress her instincts, and because of that, a man died. A hostage died.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, had an incident there, but we're back. We do not know what her lightsaber form
Nothing
was.
happened.
They never
What are you talking
mentioned.
about?
They never mentioned it. But her force powers included all of the typical force powers. Enhanced precognition, as I've said before. She also was proficient at force alchemy and sorcery, despite the fact that she never learnt it. And she also had a particular ability that I'm about to tell y'all is the main feat. She used force slow, which only one other Jedi has ever used force slow, and he did it by accident.
Cal Kestis.
Yeah, it's not something they actually teach them. She was being held at gunpoint with her Jedi Master best friend, Comac Vitus, and the Nihil guy that was holding them at gunpoint fired, and right as he fired, she brought her hand up and slowed down the blast substantially, and then both Jedi casually walked around it, and then got in front of it, and then she let it go. And it said that she was not even showing fatigue.
That's where the best powers come from, is when you accidentally figure it out.
Oh, she didn't do it by accident, though.
Oh, she did it on purpose?
Yeah. She's very assured, and she's very assured of herself, and is never questioning her own instincts and abilities. She's confident.
That is the downside.
Yeah. No, that's the good side.
Oh, okay.
She never questions herself.
Alright.
It's noted by almost everybody in that book that although she wears full white robes, although they ran through a burning ship, a burning space station, she fought several people and had to kill them, so there's blood everywhere and stuff. And then she fought Drengir, so there's sap everywhere and stuff. And throughout the entire thing, she didn't have so much as a stain on her robes.
That's the power of the Force.
Yeah. She also got literally injured, a thorny vine that had poison on it hit her in the leg, and she didn't have it, and it didn't.
Again.
They noted that it was still pristine.
Again, the power of the Force.
Yeah. And several of the other Jedi were noted that, and they were super confused why her cloaks were always so clean.
I'd be confused too.
Yeah.
I am confused.
Yeah,
Oh, she
How'd
was
she
the
do
first
that?
one to discover a weakness in the Drengir's healing abilities.
Wow.
Which the Drengir are big giant plants that can't die.
You know that the piranha plant from Mario?
No.
No,
We're not
It's
talking about
exactly
that.
like
no,
No.
you're not
Um,
tangenting.
Whenever you cut part of it off or shoot it, it immediately grows back, kind of like Deadpool. The only way to
So
truly
he
kill
can
it.
make a thing like that, but I can't.
Shut up.
I was doing it
That's
as an
a part of
example.
his point.
So the only way to actually kill them is to burn them. She figured out a loop. She was the first one to figure out a loophole before they even figured out to burn them, and that was to basically cut off their massive root trunk at the bottom of them because they don't actually have legs, and to cut that off, and it would take them 30 seconds to get back up. So, despite the fact that she was not taught sorcery and alchemy in Jedi Temple and stuff, she was specifically chosen. They undid a dark side created idols to contain the dark side of the Drengir. She undid that. Then they went back to Coruscant. She was specially chosen among all of the Jedi to participate in kind of messing with it later and also undoing all of the sorcery on it. And then she went back and did it again. And then she was like, no, we gotta set the... It's complicated. She shot a statue in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm with it now.
She typically starts her fights by getting up close. I have noticed this trend. She starts her fights by fighting up close, and then whenever she gets a second, she jumps way back to get a better view of the battlefield. That's how she starts her fights. She used her lightsaber both in the parallel blades and in the double-bladed settings, and she would switch back and forth. She whenever she was first fighting the Drengir with Comac, she fought. They noted that it was an entire army of Drengir surrounding.
Wow.
And again, they don't die, and she fought them while she got hit with the fast-acting venom that was causing her leg to go numb. Comac said that she is remarkably good at improvising, better than anybody else he knows. Yeah, and it's possible that she learned the Jedi sorcery and alchemy just by tapping into the mind of the masters around her.
Okay.
So, Orla Jareni.
Oh, okay.
Totally awesome.
Okay.
She sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. She's like a nice little study person. Studying plants, making magic.
Just get on with it.
Exploring. I have a shooty man. I have Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I doubt you can see him, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
here.
a little Boba Fett minifigure thing.
The Lego one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the Boba Fett, who is the universe's best bounty hunter. He has been tasked with and has killed all manner of species and class of being in the universe. He is a clone that was raised by Jango Fett, who was a renowned Jedi killer, and was hired by Dooku, who was hired by Palpatine.
He's not hired.
Okay, he was
ordered.
Okay, Palpatine ordered Dooku to kill Padme.
No. Knock that off.
don't need to go
and
there.
then
That is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Dooku
Get
hired
into.
Django.
We're already running late. Move on.
So that's his dad. And he was raised by him. And then he watched him get his head cut off right in front of him. And then, it was really traumatizing for him. Hardened him down to his soul. He became a bounty hunter at a very young age.
Like the next year.
Yeah. And was, palling around with the likes of, Cad Bane, etc.
Or a sing.
Also here.
So, he's been around.
He's
bounty
best
hunter.
friends with Boss.
Been a bounty hunter for a long time. He wears a helmet that is of Mandalorian descent, but he is not Mandalorian. He has all manners of gadgets, including a jetpack, guns, the little like rope thing. What is that? Like a cable?
Yeah.
A shooty cable thing. He was thought flamethrower, very famous for his flamethrower abilities. He has a knee, and
He has 2 blasters on the knee.
oh, he has 2 blasters on his knees.
Come on now.
He actually is the one that killed Luke's aunt and uncle.
Yeah. That was revealed in comics.
Yeah, they were on fire and
Incinerating.
and Darth Vader literally like later on told him no like incinerations.
Yeah, no disintegrating.
No disintegrations, right?
Yeah. He was referring to the Lars homestead.
Yeah, and also I'm sure Boba has done that to multiple people in the
Seems
past.
like a disintegration
Sort
kind
of
of guy.
his thing. He was like the Fett's head bounty hunter. Or not the Fett's, he is a Fett.
Huts.
The Hutt's main bounty hunter. Let's see here. He was thought to have died in Return of the Jedi when he fell into the Sarlacc pit, but it is now canon, and it was for a long time legends that he did not in fact die and escaped the Sarlacc pit and the Sarlacc itself, as like by burning a hole out of it, right?
He burned it.
Yeah, he
burned his way out
from the inside until he burned his way out. And now in Mandalorian, it appears, because of the Mandalorian, it appears that he is now going to be running a crime syndicate. Kind of
The
thing.
Hut crime syndicate.
Yeah, it's no longer the Hut crime syndicate.
It's the Fett crime syndicate.
It's the Fett crime syndicate.
There's one constant, and that is 2 T's.
That's it. 4 letters. 2 T's.
Do you have anything about him fighting Jedi here? Because Jedi.
He kills a lot of Jedi.
Okay, but how?
But how? He's got guns. He's got a cape. What are you doing? What is that?
It's where he keeps the Wookiee hairs.
Oh, from the Wookiees he's killed?
Yeah.
I literally said he has killed and is able to kill pretty much any being in the universe. That includes Wookiees, Jedis, Trandoshans, robots, IG-88, who was also a top bounty hunter, and he just shot him in the face.
Yeah. Also supposed to take blaster shots, but I guess not.
Yeah, and then obviously has no problem with stormtroopers or entire legions of stormtroopers. Can fly around real nice. Good flying. It is late. We've been at this for a while. Okay?
Because of you!
Yeah, I understand.
What happened to I'm feeling myself tonight?
I'm no longer feeling myself tonight.
Crashed.
I have crashed in the
You gotta
last
gotta
20
represent
minutes.
Boba here.
I know it's hard. He's a fan favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
It's a lot of
people.
expectations.
A lot of expectations.
And you're not
And
living
it's
up to
fallen onto me. Unfortunately. Dude, he's just been, pardon my French, he's been a badass for a long time. It's rare for bounty hunters to live as long as he has and be as good as he is with the targets that he has to go after and the ones he's charged with taking down, and still be alive. He's tangled with, Luke Skywalker and somehow survived the Sarlacc pit. And the whole reason he lost that fight was something very specific. It was, so what happened to him? He got his jetpack slashed, right?
Yeah.
He was distracted by something
Luke.
with a lightsaber.
Luke cut his gun in half.
Yeah, and then it was just like, what?
Yeah.
That's distraction. Where'd the lightsaber come from?
Well, Hayden, what are the gadgets for on Mandalorians?
To kill Jedi.
To combat Jedi.
Oh, okay, so the Mandalorians have a very rich history of killing and fighting Jedi. And even though he is not a Mandalorian, he does use Mandalorian armor and gadgets, which are tailored, like Aaron just said, to kill and combat Jedi. His armor... Is his armor blaster-proof?
His Beskar.
Okay. His armor is Beskar, even if it doesn't quite fit right anymore.
Yeah.
got a dad
it's
bod.
been passed around a lot too after he died.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's got Beskar armor. He's got the best training of any bounty hunter and possibly any combatant in the universe that's not named Luke Skywalker. You got something to say, Aaron? You look like he was thinking things. So like she out there fighting plants, doing science. Like she's not she doesn't have a lot of fighting experience. Now I understand that they were fighting the Nihil, but the Nihil are not Boba Fett. Boba Fett would absolutely wreck the Nihil. They do not stand a chance. The Nihil are a bunch of drug junkies that are hopped up on all
Raiders.
sorts of drugs. And then they just go out and like attack ships and take their stuff. They're pirates.
Yeah.
They're space pirates. Boba Fett would handle that.
They're space pirates on speed.
Boba Fett would destroy an entire cloud and then take control of it, and then become like
Kill
their
Martian
leader.
Rowe.
Yeah, kill Martian Rowe because I don't know why they're just inept. They can't kill Martian Rowe for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boba Fett would rule that place. Like he would be in charge of the Nihil, which is her biggest fighting experience, other than some plants.
He also has a flamethrower, so
And a
Drinker wouldn't be a
flamethrower. So
problem.
Drinker
I guess.
ain't nothing. Now I understand she can like slow things down or whatever, but he doesn't have to even get that close to her to combat her. You know, like he can just fly around, use cables, use flamethrowers, use his gun. You know, his jetpack is pretty fast. You know, he can keep his distance here. He doesn't need to get up in close. You know, so I don't know. It's just she didn't have the experience it would take to actually fight him. If you think about it, his dad, he's more proficient than his dad was, and his dad killed a Jedi. R.I.P. Coleman Jabor. Pew 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 pew
Pew pew pew pew. He's dead.
And then decided to pick on Mace Windu, which was a mistake. And Mace Windu was number 2 in the Jedi Council at that time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so and then Boba Fett was done in by the number 1 Jedi.
And Han Solo.
But Han Solo was blind, so
Yeah, okay.
that was
It's not
what
his
he did.
proudest moment.
What he did what Han Solo did to Boba Fett was an accident. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. It was an accident. He was surprised by Luke doing like a little flip.
Cutting.
Yeah.
He just roped him up, and then Luke cut his
Yeah,
favorite blaster.
Also, Jango, who again is not as proficient as Boba is, was able to basically defeat Obi-Wan. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi. You kidding me right now? So, yeah, I don't know. But there's not much more I could say to get the point across that Boba Fett is a badass. And he don't need no anything to take care of this.
Biggest argument I got here is she can slow down several blaster bolts before she's going to be able to get tired, and she's also particularly good at improvising. She does it on the go.
I guarantee you, he's seen enough in this lifetime to counter her anything she has to improvise. Because as we know, the Jedi and the High Republic were not as strong as they should have been. They're comparatively weak Jedi.
Didn't have that much going on.
Luckily for her, he don't got a lightsaber.
I feel like that would be better.
If he had
It'd
a lightsaber.
be better to judge if he had a lightsaber.
Yeah, because they didn't fight anybody that had lightsabers.
Her feats are kind of more tailored to the Force than anything else.
But
She fought the Nihil a couple times, and it was easy.
yeah, well,
but-
it would be easy for him too, for a different reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's an unstoppable force of training and expertise and experience. He's been a bounty hunter since he was 10.
He was leading missions by a year after his father
Exactly.
was dead.
Exactly. Leading missions where the group included people like Bosk,
Dengar,
Dengar.
and Asajj Ventress.
Exactly. Like, he was in charge of those, and he was 11. So he's got the tactical, like, acumen. He's got the experience with guns and various forms of weaponry. He can probably even match her with, if he had a Beskar anything, he could fight sword. You know.
Even through pain, she is going... Even if she does get hit, I'm not saying she will, because, you know, her cloaks don't get stained.
Yeah.
Even if she does get hit, she is able to... she's able to fight with... she was able to fight for quite long, and then just kind of walked around for like 20 minutes before she actually got a antitox shot, like an antitox stem, with like cobra poison in her leg, working through her heart. So she's able to take pain.
My guy over here wearing Beskar armor, which is immune to lightsabers.
Resistant to lights. It can melt.
It can melt.
Plus, not all of it's Beskar. It's like Boba Fett has a very particular thing where he's got lots of gaps in his arm.
He does, yes, for mobility.
Yeah. I can raise my arm above my shoulder.
Suck it, Darth Vader. Dude, on multiple occasions, he was basically Darth Vader's only like bodyguard, as if Darth Vader needed a bodyguard. But yeah, he was like on Bespin. It was Darth Vader and Boba Fett in that room.
Vyman.
No, I don't think they had any conversation. They didn't have much to talk about.
Except business.
Business.
Darth Vader turned to Boba and said, "Boba, how's business?"
Bowman. Yeah, so his business was a booming. And it had been a booming since the Clone Wars. So, Beskar armor, acumen in killing Jedi, and other high-value targets that are incredibly hard to kill. Because you know Jedi aren't necessarily the hardest group out there to kill. He's got what it takes.
Really good at improv. Very powerful in the Force and has very, very good precognition.
Not this good. She hasn't seen anybody as quick or as good with a blaster as him. The Nihil ain't shit.
Victoria.
Oh, yes.
Do you have any questions?
Do you have questions or? Interesting question.
I do not have a question.
Do you have an answer?
Kinda.
Kinda.
Like, kinda.
Do you have anything that we could say that would like clear things up a little bit?
Make that kinda into a yes.
Or no? Straight yes or straight no?
What is Boba's fighting style with people who have lightsabers?
Keep your distance.
Use your gadgets.
If this is man with lightsaber, he's gonna be out here flying.
Flamethrowers, cables.
He'll move around like this a lot.
Explosives.
And he'll be throwing bombs. He'll be throwing shots. He'll be throwing fire, cables,
Stuff they can't block.
a lot of Jedi can't block fire.
They can push it back.
They can, yes, but by the time they push it back, he's no longer there. Mobility is the name of the game.
He basically makes them dodge. Makes them have to dodge.
Yeah, because eventually they'll slip up, and then he's got him. Do you have one? Oh, sorry.
What would her combat be to this?
She's commonly used to... We don't have too much instance of her fighting people with blasters because she's so new of a character. She came out last year. Made last year. So we don't have too much with her, but it is known. She likes to take a step back like Boba does. To assess the entire surroundings, and she likes to use the environment to her advantage, and she likes to commonly improvise and find a weakness.
Everything on Boba is a weapon.
I am the weapon.
He is the weapon. He's wearing a weapon. His jetpack has a missile on it. He's got multiple blasters. He's got fire on like a fire thing on his arm. He's got like the thing on his other arm. He's got blasters on his knees.
Knee pad.
He's got the knee pad with blasters on it. Like,
was that blasters or was it small micro rockets?
it's a weapon. Is
I
what
can't
it is.
remember. I think it was blasters.
It make people go bye-bye.
Yeah, he also had blasters on his gauntlets. I remember that now.
Yeah. So he is a walking danger symbol. And his jetpack is probably faster than she is.
She has a
didn't say
particular
anything about force speed.
She is very fast. One thing she used quite commonly, and she used quite often, she was very good at it, was jumping. She was able to jump extremely high distances with the force with little effort.
Did she ever go? Well, he's flying. He can fly wherever. He can fly in the upper atmosphere, Aaron. Did she ever go like Obi-Wan Qui-Gon speed?
No.
Okay, so then his jetpack is as fast as she is, if not faster.
Yeah.
It's a rocket.
Rockets explode.
Rockets do explode, but not these.
They have
the
explosives.
explosive part gets shot at the front.
And then that explodes.
Yeah. It's like an RPG.
No, Victoria.
Yes. Okay, so
Any
I
more?
have come to a conclusion based off of the things that you guys have said.
Okay.
And so, I think it would be a very interesting fight to watch. But I feel like at the end of the day, Boba would win. And I'm coming to this conclusion just because since she is so new, and we don't have much history on her like fighting style.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And so
I just
Boba
want
is
people to respect her.
Yeah, I respect her. I definitely think it would be very interesting.
She had a rough first fight.
Do all of the High Republic people have a rough first fight?
because they're not very good.
They're new. Dude, they got paired up with people like Boba Fett and Ben Solo.
There is somebody on here from the High Republic that is going to make it to the second round.
Probably going to be Elzar.
And that is as far as they're going to make it, I think. I don't expect them to go much further, because then they'll have to fight some, like, Old Republic Sith. And then it's just like...
Like, their full story is written.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I've never seen a Sith before.
I know, and they're good at what they do. Well, yeah. I think we're done, right?
Yeah.
We're
please.
done. It's only been an hour and a half.
Sweet.
Yeah, we should be good.
Yeah, Aaron, what are we doing next week?
Oh, yeah, next week. Yeah, this is a recurring thing.
Pull out the phone. Yeah,
Okay.
we do.
Next week,
I
we
have
got
to edit this.
we got a
twice.
good one. We have a good one in this next week.
Do we?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's
Is
all
that
you
the
need.
good one? That's the good one.
Obi-Wan Kenobi
Go.
versus Tip Lee. It's a good because Obi-Wan's there.
It's gonna be a wholesome episode. That ain't a good fight, Aaron.
No. Dooku versus IG-11. Darth Maul versus Tara Sinube. And Satale Shan versus Terran Malicos. That one's gonna be a good one.
Terran Malthus.
From Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Dathomir.
Oh, that crazy dude?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that guy.
He made you uncomfortable?
Yeah, he makes me uncomfortable, dude. He's a weirdo. Yeah, he's got like a 12-pack. He's like 75, and he has a 12-pack and 2 lightsabers, and used to be a Jedi. And
Killer packs.
lost his mind.
Nice show.
Okay, we'll talk about him later.
A
Okay?
weirdo.
People
I don't
have
wanna talk about
things
that
to
dude.
do.
Yeah, we got things to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Good day, Aaron. Good day, Victoria.
In the podcast.
All right. Stop it. There it is. All
We're
right, everybody.
prolonging the inevitable.
Have a good week. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Come back next week. Obviously, Obi-Wan Kenobi gonna be here, so don't want to miss that.
I'll be representing him, no worry.
It's kind of rude. Feel attacked.
I had
Are
the
you
re-
the goose? Are you
Yep.
the goose I've
Oh
been
my gosh.
waiting for?
Okay, thank you so much for tuning
I've
in.
been waiting for this moment.
Come back next week.
We're gonna have to turn off the camera now.
Bye.
Weave. Whoa. Hey now.